Welcome to Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Our guest, Alex C., he is a water commissioner in Torrance, and you know the cliche from Mark Twain, whiskey is for drinking, water is for fighting over. Are they fighting in Torrance?
We are fighting for water usage in Torrance.
You know, in so many different communities, you hear so many different stories about water. You hear stories of corruption, you hear stories of lack of water. In Torrance, though, which is so close to the ocean, I don't know that that matters, where are we with water?
Well,
is there adequate supply?
Well, yes, Torrance have adequate supplies, and then we have a very good water reliability in Torrance. So we get water from metropolitan water districts, and then we also get water from our local sources, from our local well, and then we also have recycled water.
Right, and you have groundwater.
Yeah, we do.
Which is so very important. What's interesting, though, is the Metropolitan Water District does import a lot of its water. And so you're relying on an entity that is relying on water outside of the state. Colorado River,
right,
whatever it may be.
Yeah, Colorado River and state water projects from,
right,
from Delta. So that's why we want to shift away from the imported water.
Right.
And then we want to go to provide our local sources of water. So that's why the groundwater is so important.
And so let's talk about groundwater, because in some areas, groundwater is plentiful. In some areas, the groundwater is literally being sapped dry. For example, I know in San Luis Obispo, they are having tremendous difficulty because of water wells from groundwater running dry. How is it in Torrance?
I think Torrance is have a lot of waters on the ground. So it's on the ground is the best water storage.
Right.
And so we have millions of acres of water on the ground. So there's a process that we need to pump the water up and then drill the well,
sure,
and then get the water.
Because I look at some of the statistics you provided, and only about 10% of your water comes from groundwater, which is a blessing and a curse. I mean, on the one hand, you know, that's great that you only get 10%, but that means there's a lot more to get, no?
Yeah, we have more to get, but we have to put in the money, and
right,
then we have to find the money to drill the well. And then so right now we have one active well.
Right.
So we're going to, in a couple of years, we're going to have two more.
Oh, really?
And then so we're going to have a good productions in the 2 years.
I was recently in Torrance for a soccer game. My daughters play soccer. Torrance is big.
Yes.
I don't think people realize how large it is. And almost 200,000 people live in Torrance. I mean, this is a big city.
Right.
You know, it really is a quite significant place with lots of ground and space.
Right.
So you have places to dig and drill for groundwater?
Yes. Right now, Torrance has about 16 square miles of service area. And so, well, it's more than that.
Right.
But we have 16 square miles. And
but lots of people in
lots
those
of
16
people,
square miles.
Yes. And then we have, right now, we have two wells in process of development,
right,
and then in the North Torrance area.
Right.
And then so we have investigate two additional in a couple more years.
Where are you getting this money? I mean, we know that the state, for example, is looking to place a bond on the ballot. I have no idea if a local Torrance Water Commission could access those funds.
No, we can get access of funds, but we have the bonds because
you have your own bonds.
Own bonds. So because water is based on enterprise fund,
right,
so we can use the bonds and then sell the bonds and then get the money and then.
So do you have to pass bonds specifically for water, or it's part of general bond?
Part of general bonds.
So
we don't have to pass it.
So where do we go from here?
So we get the money there, and then so we have two, and then the city council is generous enough to approve the bonds.
Okay, his name is Alex C. He is a Torrance Water Commissioner. My name is Brad Palmer. Thanks for watching Time Warner Cable's local edition.